of East Kilbride Youth Football Club. Hi, Graeme. Would you be able to maybe just give us a little bit of history and a brief summary of the club and how long it's been around for?
Yes, well, it's actually East Kilbride United, which is a local community football club. It was formed in 2013 when two of the oldest clubs in East Kilbride got together. The East Kilbride YM, which is the club that I'm in, is an adult football club, but it's been going, this is our 100th year since 1921. And East Kilbride Youth Club has been going since 1969, I think. And it was their 50th year a couple of years ago. So the youth club obviously teams up to 19 years of age. We at East Kilbride YM are wanting to start a kind of youth team. And we actually bumped into the YC one night at training. And we realised that when their boys got to beyond 19 years of age, basically they didn't run any teams beyond that. So it worked in their favours, because we had started running a 4-year-olds kind of fun fours, and we passed that on to the YC, and then any team above 16 years of age came to the YM, became under East Kilbride YM's under 17s, 19s, etc. So that player pathway was there from the kids right all the way through to the adults. And we had an over 35s, and we have what we term as old crocs. It's just people that used to play amateur, and they come back for a few games a season for that fun.
Yeah, so how long have you been involved in the club yourself? How many years have you been involved with the club and working with them? Has it been something you've done all your life, or has it just been...
No, my work commitments, I stopped playing football when I started my job at 18, so just played for the work. So latterly managed to start playing football a few years after that. I think I've been here about just over 25 years or something at the YM.
Brilliant. And there's two kind of very important men to the club, and that one of them is Denny Byrne. Would you be able to tell us a little bit about Denny Byrne and his kind of life and how he was involved with the club?
Yeah, well, Denny Byrne is he's the president of East Kilbride Youth Club at the YC, and I believe he's got over 30 years connection to the club. When he moved from Glasgow to East Kilbride, he was involved in running football teams initially as a manager, coach, etc. And he went on to their committee, and he's currently the president. And he's down here most days, helping me down at 𝗟𝗏𝗵. He's a retired joiner, so he is down helping me most days at 𝗟𝗏𝗵.
Yeah, and for the board, how easy was the decision for them to rename the stadium after him? Did it come after months of planning, or had it been always known they're going to aim to? It was named after him.
Well, basically, we were considering it. Obviously, times are tough during COVID, and you're looking for financial streams to. We still have outlays at 𝗟𝗏𝗵 clearly for maintaining the pitch and doing other sort of work and utility bills. So we were looking at maybe getting sponsorship for both pitches, but Angus McConnell, who is from the YM, he was coming up for his 90th birthday. We were going to do it for him, and we were talking to the YC, and they straight away said they would like to name their pitch the Denny Byrne pitch, and it just made sense for the years that Denny Byrne's given to the YC. It was quite an easy choice for them to go for that.
Yeah, because just like reading the comments on the Facebook post when it was announced, it was very, very obvious that Denny was more than just a club. He was involved in the community, and he was involved with the people as well. Would you say that's a fair summary of him? He was involved in the community as well, the local area.
Yeah, Denny's a very affable guy. He's easy to get along with. You always find him the same way. Very personable, and it mixes with everybody, from kids all the way up to the older people in the club. I don't know anybody that doesn't go on with Denny, so he's well liked throughout the whole club, and even he's made friends with people at the YM since we're formed. I would like to include Marcel in that as well. We've worked really closely with him. He's been a real help to me. And,
that's great, yeah. And there's another very important man to the club, Angus McDonald, who tragically passed away earlier on this year. Is there any kind of words you could use to describe him, or anything you could say about Angus and his presence at the club as well?
Yeah, well, Angus McConnell basically started at the YM when he was 15 years of age, and he helped out in the kind of committee side. I don't think he ever played. It was more just in the admin side, but he was there every week. At 15 years of age, when they were getting like 3 buses to go and play in Greenock and things like that, 75 years ago. So he's been at the YM, and up to he passed away, he was still obviously pre-COVID. He was still coming to a game every week. If we weren't playing, he would go and watch the Greater Glasgow team, but primarily he was watching the Caledonian League team. So it was coming up for his 90th birthday, and we felt it was only right that we should honour him by naming the YM pitch after him. Unfortunately, it's just the way the timings were. We wanted to have the pitches all signed and named and all that, so we didn't. We hadn't had time to put the signs up, so we were waiting for that to happen. And unfortunately, passed away 2 days after his 90th birthday without knowing that we were going to do that. So that's a big regret. That personally, I just wish I'd told him on his birthday that he was getting the pitch named after him.
Yeah, no, that is understandable, and it is obviously a shame to see that happen. But the club's been going for 50 years now, you're saying, about in total, yes.
Well, the East Kilbride YM's been going for 100 years, and the East Kilbride YC has been going for 52 years. 52,
yeah. So how many kids would you say are involved in the club at the moment, from the under 4s class you're saying, and then all the way up until the not under 19s for them and the transfer to the team? Would you have kind of ballpark figure of the number of kids involved?
Over 250 kids in total that are at the YC. Yeah.
And that's a brilliant number of kids involved, and all from there. How is everyone feeling about resumptions of training soon? Or has it already begun with you? Have you started training again with the lower year groups?
Yeah, well, the youths, obviously, they were allowed to train under 12s. So there's been some of them training socially distanced for a wee, not for very long, to be honest with you. And I think now the over 12s have just started doing some socially distanced training. So that's good. It's good to see them back out in the pitches training on a Saturday now.
Yeah, it's good to see kind of movement in the club again, everyone's starting up again. And what kind of clubs, like both long-term and short-term futures, like what are the upcoming goals for the team and what they're aiming to do?
Well, I think short-term is just cement what we're doing at 𝗟𝗡𝗵. Although we've done an awful lot of work in terms of overhauling the pitches for £50,000, and we've done a lot of work on the pavilion, thanks to so many people in the local community, players, coaches, and also other local companies who have helped us out to the tune of over £100,000. And we can't forget the Scottish Football Partnership. Stuart McCaffrey has been absolutely fantastic with us with a couple of grants, over £10,000 from them. The South Lanarkshire Council Renewable Energy Fund, they were over £25,000, and the Viridor was over £25,000. So we're really thankful to the grants that we've had, which have allowed us to do this. So short term, it's just during COVID has been just basically keeping up the maintenance of the pavilion, maintenance of the pitches. Long term, we do have a long term vision that hopefully we're looking to maybe get a couple of 5-a-side pitches to allow us, or 5/7-a-side pitches to allow us to train locally, so that our hub is not just on match days. It'll also be, if you like, a 7-day hub, so that everybody can be here 7 days a week and using it to its full potential.
Well, it sounds like you've got a really bright, strong future ahead of you, and thank you very much for your time, and all the best the rest of the season once playing resumes once again.
No problem at all. Thanks very much.